Ekania, hu ekania, ekania, hu ekania, ekania, hu ekania, ekania. Hey ya hiot no hey 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 ya hiot no hey 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 ya hiot no hey hey ya hiot no hey hey.
Tell us a little bit about how much experience you have with the Tunica language so far.
Well, I don't have none, but plan on having a lot.
Wika chichi kana tietisa.
I got the last part, got the first part. Middle part's completely blank to me.
When you tamik kanak ukosu.
Kashk tahina.
Kanak kuashuki sahinta.
I don't know what it means, but I know you use the same word twice.
Nokushi.
Nokushi.
Nokushi. Nokushi. Nokushi. Hotu.
Hotu.
Tolu.
Tokuch Tolu.
Tolu shop.
Tokuch Tolu. Hotu Tapiki.
Tika. Tika. Hintok. Hintok. Kata. Kahitawali.
Hotu. Hotu. Michu Sataya Sak.
I became an apprentice to learn more about our tribe and culture and to learn and revitalize the Tunica language so that I could teach not just my generation but every generation after mine and hope that they keep the Tunica language alive and growing. When I became an apprentice, I only knew a few words in Tunica and knew nothing about teaching a different language. Now my vocabulary has expanded significantly and I find it very easy to teach others. I am now able to understand the linguistics of the Tunica language and how the language works. I can look at a Tunica word and break down the meaning and translation, which I find very interesting.
I became a Tunica language apprentice because I wanted to know more about my culture and identity, and hearing the language at a young age sparked an interest in me already. So once our tribe was presented with the Mentor Apprentice program, I knew it was my opportunity to learn our language and more about our culture. And knowing our language is so important because it teaches us who we are. It's not just a set of words. It's about our history, our heritage, our way of life that our ancestors fought and died for. So that was really important for me in becoming an apprentice, to know our story and our history and where I come from. What surprised me the most about this apprenticeship is it's not just about learning the language. You get a lot of hands-on experience with cultural crafts as well, and learning our native history and our way of life that we lost so long ago.
I became an apprentice because I had an innate cultural or ancestral, if you will, beckoning to embrace my native culture. My ancestors' music and chants would play in my mind, my spirit, crying inwardly for me to learn more of their ways. I'd spend time in the tribal library 2 to 3 times a week, and whenever I had time to learn. It showed dedication. One day I walked in the library. Lo and behold, my youth tribal camp song and cultural teacher, high school Spanish teacher, and now language and cultural mentor sensed my affinity and liking toward learning our tribal culture. Surprisingly, most of the learning took place in a college class type of setting. There still is culturally immersive based settings, but more so class based learning is definitely taking place. I didn't expect to become an official scholar and teacher of our language and culture. The pandemic has definitely changed the close up and personal way of learning and definitely teaching of the language. The difficulty of teaching the cultural side of things has multiplied due to people's availability and interest to show up virtually. It's just not as personal. My advice to other teachers is to keep a close relationship with language and cultural learners and teachers, especially, because even though we are more separated and far apart than ever, our bond should mend that much tighter. Our relationships should be that much closer. Let's not give up. Let's keep going.
Hepo ex e pa ya ya hey ya we ya ha ya ha we yo no